Arav tried to rationalize. A trick of the light? Shadows playing on his tired mind? Yes, that had to be it. He was simply exhausted from the journey. He convinced himself it was nothing, just his imagination running wild. He laid his head down, hoping for a dreamless sleep. Sleep, however, evaded him. An unsettling feeling lingered in the air, a cold shiver down his spine. The old grandfather clock in the hallway chimed midnight, each clang resonating like a death knell. He tossed and turned, the whispering shadows of the old mansion seeming to mock his fear. Each creak of the floorboards, every rustle of leaves outside his window amplified his anxiety. He told himself it was the house settling, nothing more, yet deep down a primal fear warned him of unseen dangers lurking in the darkness. The witching hour approached, 3 a.m. The air grew heavy, thick with an unseen menace. It began subtly, a soft, rhythmic tapping. At first, Arav dismissed it as a branch against the window pane, but the knocking persisted, growing louder, more insistent. He sat up in bed, his heart pounding against his ribs. The knocking seemed to be coming from the wall, just behind his headboard. He pressed his ear against the cold plaster, his breath catching in his throat. A voice, barely audible, whispered his name, Arav, Arav. It was a chilling whisper, laced with malice and an unearthly echo. He stumbled back from the wall, his blood turning to ice. His eyes darted around the room, searching for the source of the voice, but he was alone, or so he thought. The knocking ceased abruptly. Silence descended, heavy and suffocating. He watched in terror as the old brass doorknob began to turn, slowly, deliberately. The door creaked open, revealing only darkness beyond. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall, gaunt, its features obscured by the gloom. It glided towards him, its movements eerily silent, defying gravity. The air grew frigid, his breath misting in the sudden chill. Arav was paralyzed with fear, unable to scream, unable to move. The figure leaned closer, its presence exuding an aura of ancient evil. A cold, skeletal hand reached out, its long, bony fingers brushing against his cheek. Morning light filtered through the cracks in the curtains. Uncle Vikram rushed into Arav's room, eager to share stories of the old mansion and its former inhabitants. But the room was empty. Arav was gone. He checked the bathroom, the hallway, every nook and cranny of the mansion. His nephew was nowhere to be found. A sense of dread washed over him. He noticed something strange. On the floor where Arav's bed stood lay a single, withered black rose. Panic surged through him. He had dismissed Arav's fears as childish imagination, but now he wasn't so sure. Had Arav simply run off, or had something more sinister transpired within the mansion's walls? The black rose, a chilling reminder of the unseen presence, offered no answers.